Hey guys, so I'm a little bit gripped by this Diddy criminal case. Of course, I have not been following at all. I have no idea about this man and his lifestyle and all of this filth and gross, nasty, whatever. I don't follow those types of people. I don't listen to their music. I have no interest in their lives and their activities. So, I don't even have a radio. I don't listen to music. I don't have a TV. I'm that girl, okay? I'm in my own little capsule over here. But this criminal case is interesting. And even though you know, I went to law school and all that, and I've said that I don't know anything about criminal law, but it just intrigues me on a level I can't even tell you because even though I didn't like criminal law in law school, it was my worst grade in law school. Inside of me, there is a defense lawyer, right? There's a defense lawyer, and she is like, I just have instinct for it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I instinctively defend people, right? It doesn't mean that I think that they're necessarily innocent or that they're good people or that they're worth, sitting down and having a cup of coffee with at the end of the day. But in America in particular, I went to law school. Even monsters deserve a robust defense, right? We have a constitution, we have a penal code, we have laws. You can't just turn your back on someone as a lawyer just because they make you feel sick and they make your skin crawl, right? You still have to think about their defense and how can you defend them within the confines of the law, right? Within the confines of the law, right? Because the prosecution, they have to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, right? And he has to have an impartial jury, and the law has to be applied properly, appropriately, fairly, right? Otherwise, what you have is a miscarriage of justice. Even Sean Combs, who is, by all accounts, a filthy individual that, everybody hide your daughters from this man. Even he, I think, deserves a good defense. Anyway, so I heard he tried to kill himself. No. He didn't try to kill himself. He apparently is he's on watch for, you know, the big S word in prison. And look, I have nothing to do with that. I feel like, frankly, sometimes I think it's better. Depending on the circumstances, I don't have a big problem with that. It's just like, end it and be done, right? Because this is for the birds. So if he did that, he did that. It's not my issue. My issue is the legal issues, the case. What can we do as a defense team for our client? So I started my opening statement. Okay. So you want to hear what I've come up with so far? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you for your time and attention to this case. Today, you will be asked to evaluate serious charges against my client, who is accused of racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation for prostitution under the RICO statute. However, I stand before you to say that while some of his alleged behavior might offend moral sensibilities, it certainly offends mine, it does not rise to the level of criminality, especially under the strict standards of the law and of the RICO statute in particular. The government has charged my client under the RICO statute, designed to target organized criminal enterprises. But there is a critical flaw in their case. Under RICO, the prosecution must prove not just illegal conduct, but that this illegal conduct was part of an enterprise for commercial profit. The key element of the statute, ladies and gentlemen, is the pursuit of financial gain through illegal activity. In this case, the evidence will show that my client's actions, while distasteful to some, perhaps even to myself, that his actions were never about profit or using his business as a front for criminal enterprises. The facts will demonstrate that my client engaged in these acts for his own personal gratification, not to operate a criminal organization for financial benefit in violation of the RICO statute. Let me be clear. This case is not about organized crime or making money through illegal means, as we have seen in cases like John Gotti's. Gotti used his businesses and criminal networks to rake in profits from illegal activities, gambling, prostitution, trafficking, etc., creating a vast money-making empire. My client is nothing like Gotti. He did not make a dime from these immoral sexual escapades, which offends your moral standards as it does mine. But our morality is irrelevant in this case. The government will not be able to show any evidence that my client had a criminal enterprise with the goal of generating profits within the context of these so-called freak-offs. What the evidence will show, ladies and gentlemen, is that the individuals involved in these so-called freak-off sessions, gasp, gasp, gasp again, were all consenting adults. The video footage in this case will prove that there was not one instance where there was coercion, force, or fraud perpetrated against any individual who participated in these freak-offs. Everyone involved participated of their own free will, and you will see that very clearly in every single one of these videos. There is a stark difference, ladies and gentlemen, between immorality, which I think is present here, and you probably do too, and which some may find in consensual adult sexual behavior. Some of it is immoral, okay? And criminality, which requires force, coercion, or a commercial motive. Let me repeat that. There is a stark difference, ladies and gentlemen, between immorality and criminality. The latter requires force, coercion, or a commercial motive, all of which are absent in this case against my client. The prosecution in this case is attempting to blur that line in an effort to paint my client as part of a criminal enterprise that he never ran. I urge you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to keep that difference in mind throughout this trial. The law requires clear evidence of a criminal enterprise, financial gain from this criminality, and coercion. My client's actions indeed may raise your eyebrows. They rose mine. But they do not meet the threshold of criminality under the RICO statute. At the end of this trial, ladies and gentlemen, you will see that my client is guilty of bad judgment, perhaps, and immoral sexual conduct, perhaps, but not of any of these crimes of which he is accused, in particular, that under the RICO statute. Thank you.